Alright guys, this is the aerial flyover for the Holy Innocents Episcopal School. You'll see right here that's Mount Vernon Highway in Sandy Springs, 805 is the address. Over there to the left is the church that we usually get to utilize some of the parking in that area. We have not verified with the owners or the church or the congregation that we're able to use that at this time, but they've let us use it in the past, so we're hoping we can as well. This first building in front of us is the STEM building that was built about 5 years ago by us. Behind that, see the Riley Hall, which is this big cluster of gray buildings with modified bit roof. You'll see over here to the right, I'm kind of trying to point out the cul-de-sac and the access point that we're going to have towards the back. That's the gymnasium and the field that you're seeing, so field house, gymnasium. You can kind of see right there where there's a lot of hardscape on the right hand side, and that's where we're going to be erecting steel in the new humanities building. It's pretty tight, there's a lot of old growth trees, and then throughout this area you can kind of see the courtyards as the camera zooms around and some of the size of trees there. You'll see 1, 2, 3 courtyards in your frame. The one on the far right is the one that remains as existing. The one that's closest to the bottom of the frame is the one that gets demolished, as well as that whole first little set of buildings. So as we're kind of flying over, this is Groesbeck. Now we're actually going to do a sidewalk view, basically flying the drone around the exterior of Riley Hall and Groesbeck. That's all on the same elevation. So right now we're about to turn. We basically pulled onto the site through the main drive. You'd make a left and you've got your Riley Hall on the right side. You've got the STEM building, which I previously mentioned was built by Hodges and Hicks about 5-6 years ago. We're working down through here. There's some hardscape and courtyard area. All this has to be maintained, and it's going to be most of the flow. This whole right side of Riley Hall actually doesn't get much work at all on the exterior. It doesn't get any work at all. You'll see Groesbeck, which is coming into frame now, which is through the trees. This side of Groesbeck is actually the side that we are not doing any work on. You'll see as that camera view was up, there's actually a parking deck underneath it to the little bottom of your screen. You'll notice that Groesbeck has a canopy up front with a metal roof. It's got a TPO on the first roof that's flat, and then there's a pitched roof on a angle, and that has a modified bit roof on it. Up here we're just kind of spinning the drone around, showing you the side entrance to Riley Hall, the left side on your drawings, as well as the main entrance to Groesbeck Hall. You can just kind of see where the buildings are in relation to one another. We'll head down here on the right side. As we get further down, that's going to be part of the building of Riley that's getting demoed. On the left side is Groesbeck, and those are the classrooms that we're going to convert into art spaces. We're coming out around, you'll see the steep grade. It kind of shifts and goes down the hill pretty hard. It's where your new humanities building, part of it's going to sit, so most of what you're seeing in frame now is actually demolished. We'll have a big building sitting there hopefully by the end of 2021. Just kind of giving you an idea of what's going on. Riley Hall also has a modified bit roof. All the roof on is modified bit. The slopes and insulation kind of feather towards gutters, and you can see all the downspouts on the outside, a lot of glass. But most of all this that you're seeing in frame is also getting demolished. This is kind of your entrance where the new humanity building is going to sit, and you've got some greenscape and all that, which I'm sure is going to get completely have to get redone once we go through there with some tractors and cranes and all that fun stuff. But just kind of gives you guys an idea of the drive and the cul-de-sac and kind of what we're going to be utilizing during our summer work for Groesbeck and Riley. This pavilion off to the right is a metal frame, standing seam metal roof. That's the main entrance into Riley Hall. That's going to be on the right side of your drawings. You can see the church off in the distance that I mentioned we were able to park at last time. During the summer work, the school is usually not too busy, so we're also hoping that you can park there. Okay, so on your screen, you're going to see the plan view or floor plan of Groesbeck Hall. We decided to drop this in here and kind of show you the path that Zach and I took as we walked through this building, just to give you some bearings.
Hey guys, we're about to do a walkthrough of the Groesbeck Hall at Holy Innocents Episcopal School. We're going to go through and show you the different rooms, try to capture, ceiling types, floor types, everything in here. The general scope going on in this building is just an interior renovation. We're taking some single classrooms and cutting some openings to make them double. The point of this is really just an interior renovation. We're not trying to touch structural, not trying to mess with that at all. This is just creating classroom space so that the work we do in Riley Hall as well opens up for the new humanities building, which will be built at the end of this year, beginning of next. So here we go. All right, guys, this is at the entrance to Groesbeck Hall. This is going to be, if you're looking at the plans, this is on the right side of the plans. We're going through double doors. There's actually no work that we're doing in this area. Hey, Chance.
Hey, guys.
All right, so we're walking through the little lobby area. Again, there's actually no work being done in this area, but this is just so you can get acclimated to where you're at on the plans. Going through other double doors, there's a double door set across the hallway. We're going to swing a left down the main corridor. There's actually no work in this corridor as well. The reason that we're coming down here is solely for the electrician, so sorry for all you other trades having to sit and watch this, or you can fast forward. We're going to this electrical panel to give you a look at what's going on. I'm going to try to zoom in enough for you, because the electrician will be making some connections to this panel. All right, make sure you got all that information. Make sure you have this information as well. All right, and that's it for that panel, guys. All right, we're gonna come back down the corridor. And if you remember, this should be all grayed out on your plans because we're not really touching this area. Walking back by the double doors on the left and the right where we came in. And then this starts our area of interior classroom renovation. So again, we're not touching the corridor. I believe we're doing a little bit of work in here. We didn't get this door unlocked. So if you can see inside of there, I know that's a little difficult with the reflection, but this classroom is very similar to a lot of the other classrooms that we're going to be working in. So we'll keep on moving down the hallway. For reference, there's a water fountain.
Fire alarm simplex.
Yep, we got a fire alarm up on the wall. Location right past the water fountain. This is our first classroom on the left. I forget the name of this on the plans. Chance is going to lead us in. So we're going to kind of take it slow in here to show you guys what's going on. I believe on this wall we are cutting an opening on the right side, the CMU all the way up to the structure. Go ahead and walk over here for you. I believe there's some millwork that's going to be added in here as well. That gives you a look at the tectum ceiling panels up top. Walk down this wall for you. Get a little bit of close up. I believe this is where we are cutting the opening, so that's why I'm getting you some good views of this wall. We got outlets spaced kind of periodically on each wall. Typical rubber base and flooring. Coming to the outside, you have your windows. Just try to take it slow in case you guys need to pause for anything. Another outlet on that outside wall. Have some structural members running on the ceiling. Again, just trying to take it slow for you guys. A little bit of HVAC going on. Again, some electrical. And then here's the door we just came into. All right, this is gonna be a close-up of your door hardware guys. Sorry for everyone else having to just sit and watch, but here's the hardware we're dealing with.
Now, if
Got some lights. I don't know if the new doors have lights in them. I don't think so. Here's your closer. I don't really see any information on it, but you guys are the experts, so I think you can figure it out. Does it say anything on there? No.
But you got the door.
Yep. We got the hinges. Here's gonna be the door tag. I'm gonna try to get some different lengths on that so you guys can zoom in if you want. Here's the hinges, nothing special, hollow metal door frame. Fully welded. We're gonna go a little bit quicker in the next classrooms.
Also showed this.
Okay, so this is
Fire alarm, I think. Simplex call button.
simplex call button just to the right of the door.
That's standard in all the classrooms.
Standard in all the classrooms. Here's a really messed up
Striker plate.
striker plate. Thanks for the help, Chance. These are the 2 storage rooms you'll see on your plan. We're not doing anything inside of these storage rooms, but I believe we are replacing doors and hardware, if I'm not mistaken. Nothing much to see here. Looks like there are closers on the inside. All right, we're gonna step just across the hallway. We were just in this classroom. That's where we came from, and now we're gonna step into this classroom. Listed as 405. I don't know what it's called on the plans right now. Step in here to the right is a storage room. Again, I apologize. I forget if this comes out or if this one stays. I know some of them come out. We have another simplex call and your light switch along with the thermostat. I'm gonna go a little bit quicker in here just because this is, we've already seen that other classroom, and as far as, you know, ceiling tiles, I can get you a little bit closer on these. But as far as general classroom, it's gonna be a very similar setup. You have a little bit of HVAC going on. You have what looks to be a teacher's classroom or something in here with another door into a storage area. You have a quad receptacle. This wall is just square. You don't have that tilt in the structure like we had in the last classroom. Like I said, I'm gonna go fairly quick around here. Try to take it a little slow in case you guys need to press pause or anything. And that should give you a view of this classroom. Let's go in here real quick just to see. This is that office. See, I wanted to show you guys the storage room. Not much going on in here. Yep, just more of the same. You got your structural channels at the top. Got some, I guess, linoleum floor in here. Turn this off. Get the carpet in here. Get a little bit of millwork in here. Ceiling in here is a little bit different than the Tectum. Looks like just 2x2 ACT. Yep. All right. Thank you, sir. All right. We're going to keep going down the hallway. We're going to switch to the other side again. This is just past those 2 storage rooms on the left side of this corridor on your plans. We're going to step in here. I believe in here we're putting a new kiln, if I'm not mistaken, right in the middle. I don't know that we bust through this wall, but again, gonna take it kind of quick. Looking back at the door, you have your same simplex call button right there. Back to the slope structure on this side of the hall. Just gonna scan kind of slowly for you guys to see anything you need to see. It's an awesome desk setup over there, lots of stuff on the wall. I'm sure mine would look exactly like that if I was a teacher. Another view of the ceiling with those Tectum tiles. Let's see, here's your exterior wall. The always great Mel Gibson. And this back wall with the accent color of paint on it.
Gyp wall.
We got a gyp wall over here.
That's the storage rooms on the outside.
Yep, other side of that is your storage rooms. Here's your, I guess, intake or diffuser, whichever one it is. And just a quick view of the ceiling. Oop, I gotcha. All right, we're stepping out. We're gonna go back across the hallway. That is the door we were just in, but now we're gonna go in this classroom, labeled as 403.
It's basically the same one we had over there.
Yep, this is very similar to the one we were just in. I'm gonna go pretty quick, starting on the right side of the room. Again, on this side, you do not have that sloped structure ceiling in these classrooms. Just gonna take it slow. Get a little MEP running up there. Again, looks like on each wall, you pretty much have 2 outlets. One right there, one over there. You can go fairly quick on this wall. And if you see, we have another kind of teacher's office in this room, similar to the one before. Is that JIP? So that's going to be a JIP wall, quad receptacle on the outside again.
All the way up to beam and
Your JIP goes up to a beam and up to tectum. I'm just going to step in here real quick. I think it's probably the same. Oh, that's locked. So similar layout to the other one, guys. Really not much to see. I'm assuming millwork, and then that door goes into another storage room. So we are gonna
show that thermostat because that one's not all rubbed off.
Gotcha. Here's a better view of the thermostat for all you HVAC cats out there. Just to give you a view. Go America. All right, guys, we've already been in those classrooms. Been in these classrooms again. That's where we came from. We're working our way further down the corridor. We're gonna stop at panel L1. All right, and for all you electricians out there, we're just gonna do a real slow pan through all this. Feel free to press pause during any of this video if you wanna look closer. Stop on this because it's got a funky look to it. Look on the door over here. Here's your label for it. Get a couple different looks, and that looks
Need
like
some
gum. If anybody's hungry out there, Grossbeck Hall's got it. All right, and we're gonna keep working our way down the hallway. Similar tectum ceilings in here, but like I said, I don't think there's any work actually going on in this corridor. All right, we're gonna go in this classroom to the right. Pretty much the same thing. We're gonna do a quick walkthrough because you've seen it all a million times. Here's a classroom with the small CMU wall, structural channel at the top. Here's your exterior wall. A little bit of fire, water. Tectum ceiling. Again, 2 outlets on the outside wall. We're gonna keep panning. Go through this one fairly quick because, like I said, I think you guys have seen it by this point. And if you remember this side of the hallway, there's really not a sloped ceiling in any of this. We're just talking straight structural channels. I'm not gonna go in this office. It's the same thing you already saw in the last one. Got a little bit of millwork with a viewing window and your same HVAC going on up there. Looks like a return. And at the end of the hallway, I'm going to touch on this real quick. This is a mechanical room. We did not have this opened by the maintenance person, but we will have it open later and get some pictures for you guys. We got, again, no work going on in here, but just to give you some bearings, here's the door at the end of the hallway for exit. And we're now going to go into this classroom, the final one. And same thing that we've already seen, so I'm going to make it fairly quick. I'm going to step in the middle here. If you remember, on this side of Grossbeck, there are these sloped ceilings that you're seeing that kind of slope down to the outside wall. Again, just going to do a slow pan on all this stuff. I know we are cutting up to structure on where we are cutting openings. Going to be some new millwork to go in here. This one has a little bit different layout, and I don't think that we're touching this, but because we're at the end of the hallway, you have a little kind of, you know, cubby in here, little kick in. Alcove is the correct term. Thank you, Chance. This is going to be an office, I assume, made out of drywall up to structure. Got a little view window, hollow metal surrounds on that, or frame. Not much to see in there. This teacher likes to read. And I think that's about it, guys.
We're taking them down to the parking deck.
Okay.
So you can stop it.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it for right now, guys. We're going to go down to the parking deck below, and we're going to get a picture of the main electrical panel down there. Until then, we hope you enjoy our next video of Riley Hall. I know this is very exciting. Hope y'all are staying safe out there, and we'll see you soon. All right, guys, we're back at the main entrance to Groesbeck Hall. If you remember, this is going to be on the right side, the bottom part of your plans for Groesbeck. This is where we started out for the interior tour. Now we're going to go down into the parking deck below to show you that structure, as well as the electrical panel that we're going to be connecting to down there. So I don't know if anybody else needs to see this besides the electrician, but thanks for being along for the ride.
You want to show the ceiling?
Yeah, so while we're here, looks like a vinyl ACT almost.
Yeah, it's a vinyl coated, what you'd see in a standard kitchen, but it's an outdoor use. You got stainless, looks like zinc coated or stainless grid.
Gotcha, lay-in insulation
Yeah,
above
there's
it.
lay-in insulation.
Yeah, so here's just a general view of the parking underneath.
Over here, we'll show them this is your fire sprinkler valve.
So we just came down these stairs and we're taking a right. It's going to be your fire sprinkler valve room. It's not unlocked, so we're not going to go in there. Yeah, but that shows your location of it. I'm going to walk over here just for a quick view. Back to a landscaped hill over there. And then back in here is just your mechanical area. I don't think we're doing any work back here, but that's just to get a feel of the layout. Is what?
Your FTC.
Oh, gotcha. If you see way over there is your FTC on that exterior concrete wall. Okay. This is going to be your main electrical room. All right. We're going to
We'll get some slow-mos.
come in. We're going to get some slow-mos of all this for you electricians out there. Let's step in here, just get an all-around view. So it's
Panel
gonna,
H1.
this is going to be panel H1.
Section 1.
Section 1. I can probably hear you. I might just let you do the talking.
So, panel H1, section 1, you got 3 sections because this is your main. Try and get the other 2 open. Still Square D or Square ID, whatever the company's called. Same panel, just bigger sizes.
Alright, and that's it for panel H1, guys.
Panel H1, section 2.
Now H1 section 2. I don't know if you guys need those numbers, probably not.
So you can see both panel section 1 and 2 are maxed out.
We'll try to get some pictures of these twos on our phone just in case you guys need them after the fact. Alright, and this
Section 3's got some open space on it. So over here you can see you got basically your intercom, your low voltage type systems, communication. There's your rack, all that fun spider web stuff. That's pretty clean, looks pretty good. All your conduits come out of there. They go up across. You can see here. And then you've got your ceiling underneath. So if you got to get in there, make sure you put some money in there for dealing with that ceiling, putting it back. This is your fire alarm control box. So we've got Siemens Industry. I think you guys can see that. Tyco, Simplex. It's a 4010 fire alarm control. Looks like Century Fire, Grossbeck Hall, receiver, account, central monitoring. Not sure. Looks like it used to be Siemens, not anymore. Inside, so shows you it's a simplex system. Don't know. I don't think you guys really need any of that, but you can pause it if you do. Same thing with that information. Here's your system. Got your batteries. Pretty standard stuff here. Silent night. Power, silenced. I can't get in there. It's actually closed. But that's your system. Over here. Oh, actually, here's your disconnect for panel L1, L2, your mains. Square D box. Sound scared me. Life safety power. So this is all your communications for the building, I believe. That was locked. Control concepts. And there's inside of that. Not sure. I don't think any of that really does anything for you guys, but alright.
I don't think they need this. This is all low voltage,
This
right?
is low voltage, so. So here is a plan view of the Riley building or Riley Hall. This just shows the walking path that we took that you're about to see on the video footage, just to give you a frame of reference as to where you are in relation to the building while you're watching this.
Hey guys, all right, we're about to do a walkthrough in the Riley Hall building. If you're looking at your plans, the north part of this building, we're taking a big chunk off of it, kind of cutting off some of the corridors and some of the classrooms. This is to make room for the new humanities building. That's on the north side of your plans. And then on the south side of your plans is a little square area where I believe it's currently a big open media center. We're gonna put some partitions in there, make some classrooms. So we're gonna go in through the main entrance on your plans. This is gonna be on the bottom right part. We're gonna walk through 2 sets of double doors once we get in the lobby. So you'll be able to kind of locate yourself on the plans, and then we'll do a walkthrough of each of the corridors to show you kind of what's existing and what you can expect. So here we go. All right guys, we're at the entrance to the Riley building. This is your little covered entryway area. If you need to look at the civils to get your bearings, there's a little turnaround right here. This is gonna be the bottom right side of the building on your plans. So now we're gonna walk in through the double doors. You see Riley building. Chance is here to greet us.
Hey guys, you're late.
So Chance said earlier that your fire riser rooms, is that correct?
Yeah, your fire riser.
Your fire
room, so like where your main pumps and all that are, connections are not in the area that we're doing demolition, so don't worry about that. Fire protection guys or sprinkler guys. It's on the front side, so it's actually on this side of the school. We'll show you in plan view.
Yep, so you should be able to, you know, if we're demolishing the north part of the building, the south part of the building is the area that's gonna have your fire riser and that room of that, so you can just cap your fire protection there. We made the mistake of walking through these doors earlier and they're locked. So we're just gonna give you a view of these double doors and then we will meet you on the other side shortly. All right guys, welcome back. We are now on the other side of these doors. This is the lobby that we were just standing in. Again, this is gonna be on the kind of bottom right, lower right portion of your plans. If you kind of locate yourself, there's a set of double doors with a handicap and double doors with a handicap door that you have to go through the lobby to get in, and then a courtyard straight ahead of you. So we're coming in, we're gonna take a right down this corridor. If I looked left real quick, we're not doing any work over there in that area. Over further to the right we are, but we'll see that in just a minute. So we're kind of going down this furthest right corridor on your plans. I'm gonna try to take it a little slow so you can get a feel of the MEP that's on the ceilings. And actually, right now, we're in an area that we're not going to touch. This should be grayed out in your plans. I'm going to stop and get a picture of this little guy. This little security camera. If you see, we're walking by another corridor that connects to the middle corridor. We're just going to keep walking. Again, we're not really touching much here, but this is going to be a marker on your plans. This is where the demo starts. You can see the change in carpet that kind of lines up with the edge of this courtyard. I believe this is where the cut's going to be made. With that exterior wall staying, there will be a new set of double doors that goes right here. That exterior wall stays and this courtyard goes. So now the area that we're walking in now is area that will be demolished. And we're gonna
Start the classrooms down there. These are all.
Gotcha, okay.
They're all the same.
So all these classrooms are gonna be the same style and theme to them. I think Chance has some unlocked at the far end that we will be able to see. Okay.
Show the restrooms.
We got restrooms on your left. That's another bearing point, a little alcove with a couple other classrooms. These are the ones that we're going to look at to give you a feel of what you're working with as far as demo goes. I guess this is for demo guys and a little bit of your MEP. So it looks like an art room. I'm just going to start on this left wall and kind of walk around with you. Looks like you got some heavy structural steel up top, drywall partitions with some heavier block partitions on that wall. Just going to do a quick walk through in here. Again, all this is being demoed just to kind of give you a feel of what you're working with. Chance, would you agree that they'll get all their stuff out of here ahead of time?
I mean, like tables and chairs and stuff, but there may be some millwork in here that gets demoed.
Yep, so all this millwork and stuff, I'm assuming they'll take any of them at school, take any materials they want to keep. But I would figure, you know, taking out these little millwork shelves, unless they want to reuse them, which I haven't seen yet in the plans. This is your exterior window on the north side of the building. Again, this is typical of a classroom, tectum ceilings again, that'll be demolished. Get a little bit of cold water copper piping, and out we go.
Shoot across.
All right, so we saw that classroom. Now we're gonna go across men's room on the other side of that alcove.
Poke in the men's room just to show them the finish.
Yeah, let's just see what's in the men's room. Poking in the men's room. All right, guys, pretty basic, standard. Couple urinals, couple P-lam partitions, toilet. That one was a toilet at one point. There's a chance for you.
Pinch and roll.
All right, guys, we're going across the hallway now to see another typical classroom. This is, if you're looking at your plans, this is on the upper right corner of the building. This is, again, an area that will be demolished. Stepping in, looking to the right. Another art room. Just going to do a slow scan for you. This is a longer style classroom.
There's some shelves here. So we've got some RFIs in right now on the new gross spec where we're moving all the art rooms to. We're trying to figure out, you know, do these bookshelves get removed and salvaged and reused? You'll see a note on there for orange workstation or orange countertop. I think that's what they're talking about because it's got an orange countertop on it.
Yep.
But we're waiting. We've got RFIs on that. So for you millwork guys, this gives you an idea. Also, Zach, just kind of pan around because this is some of the millwork that's in the better shape
Okay.
as far as base and countertops go. So if we are asked to salvage something, it's probably going to be this stuff. We know you guys don't like to do that, but the schools might ask us to do that, and they're our clients, so we got to. At least
right.
put a number on it.
All right, so again, getting a general feel of it. Here's the orange counter we just saw. Continuing to the right like we were doing. Here's your second little alcove here on the right. I'm just gonna peek back here.
Takes you all the way through those 3 classrooms.
Oh, gotcha, okay. So that takes you, that door back there takes you through all the classrooms, which should we walk down there real quick just to see?
Yeah, we'll do
Okay, we'll do a quick
the
walk.
kiln.
So
you'll
here's the
see
kiln room.
The kiln, all the hookups, and all that fun stuff.
See all the HVAC you got in here. Got all these lovely clay pieces.
Get a close up of the tag on the kiln.
All right, on the kiln. In case you cool cats need it out there, you cool cats and kittens.
Hey, Carol.
Freaking Carol Baskins. All right, this is just giving you guys a view of what we're working with in a kiln room. All right. Do we want to go through those classrooms? Do we need to?
They're all just like this.
Okay, so all these classrooms on this is going to be on your upper right side of your plans are all similar. I'm just going to peek in here to show you guys. This is like a little storage area. I don't know if you can really see that. It's kind of dark.
Well, it ends right here.
Okay, well,
It's all
it ends, but all these classrooms are going to be very similar setup. Kind of in the back, you got each of your little offices.
Most of this is getting demoed, so we're not spending a ton of time on it.
Yeah, this is just for you demo guys to get a feel of it and know what's coming out. All right, so we're gonna walk back out. Now we're at the north end of the corridor, that's the far right corridor on your plans. We're gonna go out of this door. This is to the north of the building. And I'm just gonna take a look back at where we just came from. That's the corner of the building. All this is coming out to make room for the new humanities building. Besides coronavirus, it's a gorgeous day outside. Nice butterfly greeting us. And we're gonna walk back through the middle corridor. Just gonna peek over here real quick. All this is coming out as well. Thank you, sir. So now we're going into the north end of the middle corridor. Whoa. All right, guys, sorry, we gotta stop for a second. Look at that guy. Two eyes looking at you. He's a furry fellow. This door is open, so I guess we'll peek in here. This is on the north end of the middle corridor. We're going through an alcove into a classroom. This is small, what looks like file storage.
Also, all you demo guys, you can also see structurally, like all the beams and everything are running north to south, so we should have a pretty good, easy precision cut when we demo this thing.
Not much to see here, guys. Looks like some of the north-south walls are also CMU.
Yep.
And then the east-west are drywall. Some of them.
There's been some additions.
All right, so now we are gonna walk south through the middle corridor on your plans. We started at the north and now we're going south. We can stop in here. We're just gonna stop in a couple more of these rooms to show you guys kind of what we're working with as far as demo goes. Again, you see kind of these structural members. Not a whole lot to see. Looks like drywall cover on that one, but the other two don't have that. This is a little stage area, courtyard behind those windows, a little office. Not much to see in here, guys, just kind of showing you what we got.
Just walk down the rest of this corridor.
Okay. All right, so now we're continuing south in the middle corridor. Let you look at the ceilings. Again, we're in an area that's being demoed. This is just an office. If you want to peek in there, not a whole lot to see. Same with the resource center. So this is the courtyard, guys, that we saw from the other side. This courtyard is being demoed back to that face right there with all those windows. So that at the edge of that courtyard is going to be your line of demo. So we're going back down this hallway, and I believe your kind of cut line where we're going to put a new set of double doors in this middle corridor is going to be this member right here, or thereabouts. So courtyard on the other side of this wall that will be demoed. Here's kind of your line of demarcation of where that cut's going to happen. This courtyard stays, I believe.
Yep.
So we're now in an area that's going to stay and that we're not actually touching. That is a corridor that leads back to the first one on the right side of your plans that we just walked down. Gonna keep on coming. All right, and here, guys, is the big open library room, media room, that we are going to be turning into classrooms. So we're coming in, looking on your plans, this is going to be the upper right side of this room. You can tell from the two doors that are right next to each other. We're coming in just to give you guys a slow pan.
Electricians, you guys can see these lights, how they're kind of hung up. If you look really closely, you can see where they used to have these strip lights that they've actually just flipped upside down that give light up. We're probably gonna end up flipping those the other way, trying to use those in the classrooms. But it kind of gives you an idea of what's going on electrically. Mechanical guys, the HVAC, you can see all these main duct lines running left and right. Those are the ones that we're gonna actually branch off of and use or try to utilize as much as we can for feeding all the new classroom and corridor space that we're creating in here.
All right, so we're kind of coming in. We came in through the. You're good. We came in through the upper right side of the room, and we're kind of running along the north wall of the room.
Now, show the ceiling again. So
Yep.
you can see those how the lights have basically been flipped upside down.
Yeah.
So.
Gotcha. This is that little secondary room that you'll see on your plans. I don't know that we can get in here, but we're going to give you guys a view just through the windows.
So yeah, there's a.
If you see, there's little storage closets back there, and those, I believe, stay.
It's all one. They call them. They look like storage closets, but what they actually are is they house all the units for all the HVAC. So if you look up top, you can see all the main ducts coming in and feeding out of there into the ceiling, into that space. So that's actually one big giant mechanical closet. I do have some pictures. We'll upload those for you guys to look at.
Gotcha. All right, we're gonna just continue around the right side of this room. I can't remember if this door stays or goes, but this gives you another. If this door stays, we're gonna give you another kind of landmark to make sure you know where you're at in the plans. This is the door on the left side of this big open room that we are transforming into classrooms. Again, not much to see. We got CMU walls with a little bit of structural steel on top. I don't know that I need to get that much of carpet, but figured we'd walk around with you guys. I don't know if this soffit is dealt with on the plans at all, or if that just stays.
Most of this, so just to give you guys an idea, this life of this building, Riley, is only for 2 years. The students only have to use it for 2 years till we actually demo the whole thing and build a whole nother school in a couple of years. So most of this, they're trying to do it as cheap as they can, which, we're just trying to slap a ceiling in here, get them some classroom space with some HVAC, proper lighting. It's good learning space, but it doesn't have to be forever.
Another view of the ceiling, guys. Mr. Fire Protection. If you see, you got a head right there. You got another head right there, and they're kind of spaced out. Let me see. Right there, and you can see another one right there, and they're kind of spaced out, so I'm assuming we'll have to rework these a little bit.
Also realized I said cheap. Hodges doesn't like me using that kind of word, so what I meant to say was inexpensive.
There we go.
Utilize existing as much as possible and make it as inexpensive as we can. Good quality, just not high cost.
Exactly.
We'll take them around the perimeter of this, show them what the walls look like.
Okay. So guys, now we're gonna keep coming down this corridor. This is the corridor we just came down. That's the door we just came out of. We're gonna keep down this middle corridor heading south on your plans. We're not actually doing work in this corridor, but we are cutting a new opening. I believe it's almost right across from these double doors on your plans.
Right there between those two columns.
Yep, and if you see, you have a couple of column lines. I think the plan is to cut out in between them, so we don't have to do any shoring of the existing building or anything. Again, this is just a look of that middle corridor. And will we be able to get back in, or should we go back down through the building?
We'll have to go back down, so we can
Okay.
cut it and we'll catch them back up.
I think we can walk over there real quick. All right, guys, sorry for the delay, but all the doors were not opened perfectly for us, so we're gonna walk back down. This is the library that we just went through. Walking along the north side of the library. Again, I don't believe we're doing any work in here, but we are doing work inside that library to build out some classrooms. protect them ceilings. So that's Grossbeck Hall we were at earlier. This is going to be the far left corridor on your plans. I'll just take a peek down here real quick. Again, this is over here. This wall is going to be the library on the other side of this that we're building out classrooms in. That is the door that we saw. Not too much to see down here. We're not really touching any of this. We're going to keep coming north. And this is walking north in the far left corridor on your plans. So I believe that the cut, does it happen right here? This courtyard stays. So we make the cut up there. I apologize.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's
so
correct.
We make the cut for this one up at the
At the edge.
outside, and then your new humanities building is going to be right where this hallway is ending.
Yep.
But you're going to have a cut right here with 2 new double exterior doors.
Yep.
So
Right here, guys. Again, there should be, you know, structural members to make some nice cuts.
looks like we got a nice bend in the fire protection system too. Right here, there's already a corner, so
If you look at this
should be pretty good.
fire line,
Let's see where we got the new exterior.
nice bend. So there'll be a new set of double doors right here. So now we're entering the area that all of this will be demoed for the new humanities building. I'm just gonna, you what?
All these are open.
Okay, we're just gonna take a peek inside here just to show you guys what we're dealing with. These are even more typical than those art rooms we were in. Again, not much to see here. CMU walls, same structure we've been dealing with the whole time. You guys should be used to it by now. Exterior wall, good looking plants though. I love whoever did the plants. All right, back into the corridor. Again, guys, I'm just gonna show you this real quick, just so you know that this is literally the same shit that we're dealing with. And all of it comes out. So it's all getting demoed anyways. All right, guys, and I think that's about it. This is the north end of the corridor. I don't know if we want to look at, this is the wall that stays, this exterior
No,
wall.
that'll go. 'Cause
That
it'll
will
just
go.
Be an open entrance.
It'll be open, that's correct.
Yeah. So your courtyard, we're technically. So if we walk over here, look through this window. Your courtyard's only gonna have 3 sides to it. One of them's like this side right here goes away completely, and then what you got out there is your other 3 sides.
And
so
this one.
glass on right and left, brick, veneer on the back, and this one that we're inside of is actually getting demoed and going away.
Bingo. Guys, you can see, again, same typical rectangle, square classroom stuff coming out. All right, guys, and to finish this off, we're just gonna walk out this north door. This is the north exit at the upper left corner of your plans on that far left corridor that we just walked all the way down. You know, looking back at it, all this stuff is stuff that's gonna come out, and over there's where we walked in the middle. Thanks for walking with us, and let us know if you got any questions.